All right, let's talk about Ampleforth because I think this is really interesting. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm keeping my eye on it, and I threw a little money in the ring here to test it out to learn how it works. So just to understand, one reason I'm interested in it is because there are a lot of attempts out there to create a dollar peg token that is fully decentralized, no governance, and an algorithm somehow keeps the price targeted toward $1. And there's a lot of different attempts to do this that are coming out. There are some that are out. I didn't even know about this Ampleforth. It's been out for a while. Very interesting. So I like following that in general because if a no governance, fully automated token that targets $1 does work, that can be huge. That can change the world. So I want to keep my eye on it. Also, stablecoins usually think, well, they're interesting, but you can't make money on it. Well, you can with this one. And also, I'm going to make a video about DAI. I mean, you can make pretty good interest. I love DAI. That's another video. Anyway, so Ampleforth, what's interesting is they're trying to keep the price at $1. It's been, I wouldn't call it too stable here. We had it, it looks like it was listed here at $1.90. It went down to 50 cents. Then it was at $1 for a while. Then we got a little volatile up and down. And then recently, and this is what brought it to my attention, they created an incentive here for adoption. I'll get to that in a sec. Let me just want to explain how you can get rich with Ampleforth. If the price is always $1, how do you get rich? Well, what happens is if the price goes over $1, they create more tokens, and that should bring the price down. If the price goes below $1, they remove tokens, and that should make the price go up. Now, the reason this is sort of fair and interesting is when they remove tokens or add them, they add them to everybody evenly. So there's no dilution. So if you own 1% of all Ampleforth, you will always own 1% of Ampleforth because the inflation or deflation or the issuing of new tokens or taking them away is evenly taken from everybody, so you maintain your percentage of the market. So the way you would make money, and normally you buy a token and you hope the price goes up. In this one, the price stays steady, but what you hope for is the number of shares, the number of tokens you own goes way up, right? So you may buy 1,000 Ampleforth, price is $1. 10 years from now, price is still $1, but now you have 10,000 Ampleforth because as adoption grew, they had to create more tokens in order to keep the price stable, and so you got more and more tokens. I don't know if that makes sense. This is worth studying and understanding. It's something I think is, and it's worth the following, just in general, all of these, the idea of the no governance algorithmic dollar peg token. So I think the thing to watch with Ampleforth is the market cap. Because the way you make money is you hold your Ampleforth. And by the way, trading it, I always hate trading, but especially this thing, how do you trade? It's like, well, if the price goes over $1, you think, oh, well, now it's high, so I'm going to sell it, but you're going to get more tokens because it's high. So maybe you don't want to sell it because you're gaining tokens. It goes below $1, you think, well, now I should buy some because it's below $1, but shares are going to start deleting, so you're going to buy it, but then the amount you bought is going to shrink. So it's timing for trading on this. There's probably some algorithm and some ARB people that will figure things out. But this to me would be buy and hold only, and what you watch for is market cap should go up. Let's go back and see how this doesn't only goes to July 15. Oh, let's just see how far back. I didn't look at this yet, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's market cap. I mean, you when you look at that price, it's like, oh, it's been around $1. But if you bought it, I mean, I don't know if I'm right here, but so let's see. Okay, so it was at, the market cap at like 1 million, 1 million, 2 million, 6. Then all of a sudden, holy baloney, what happened here? All of a sudden, we mooned starting June of this year. I mean, this thing is up 10, holy crapola. It's up 200. You know what? I wish I looked at this before I bought some. It's up 200x. Or, no, not 200. So if it's at 200, it was, well, no, let's say it was at, what was that, 10 million? Now it's 200. It's up 20x since June. Oops. I'm playing with this thing. Because the other thing that's interesting, again, now, first of all, you have to play around. You have to have enough money to blow your money on transaction fees, right, to play with this stuff. But here's the next thing that happened that is interesting. And so here it went crazy. So they created this incentive program. Take your Ampleforth and lock it into Uniswap. And then, if you do that, you can lock your proof of Uniswap into this geyser where you get extra Ampleforth tokens. So, Uniswap is another thing really worth understanding. And if you're awesome at math, you read the white paper and maybe you'll understand it. I don't. I can't even explain Uniswap, but what I do is I put some money in Uniswap and just track it and try to learn. So let me show you what I did here with LivePeer. I did a while ago. It's this coin. I'm like, no, this thing is stupid. And I'm like, you know what? I'll throw it in Uniswap, track it so I can understand Uniswap. So each week I would go in. So when you lock something into Uniswap, what you're doing is taking a pair. So I had LivePeer and Ethereum. And you lock an amount of each in, which is in relation to their price. Uniswap sets a price based on the supply of each. And as the pools change, the price changes. What's also interesting with Ampleforth, in Uniswap, if Ampleforth prints more tokens, the price immediately in Ampleforth changes. Whereas on centralized exchanges, it won't change immediately. So Uniswap is will be the price leader for Ampleforth, which is interesting. Hope you're following me here. So look at what I did with LivePeer. So just on any day, I would go in, and you can see this on Uniswap. There's a pool. You choose which tokens, and then you can go in and you see what you have in your pool. And I would watch my supply of Uniswap. So on this week, there were 1,300 LivePeer and 4.8 Ethereum. And then I took the price of each on each day, and here multiply it. And that's the total value of my investment. Now, in Uniswap, if your two tokens stay relatively close to each other and there's trading, you earn fees. And that's what you earn, is the money on fees from trading. If the tokens change in value, you can sort of lose money based on how they change. But then if they come back together, you make the money back. It's hard to explain. It's very hard to understand. But if you track it in a spreadsheet for a few months, you'll start to get it. That's what happened to me. I now understand Uniswap. So I tracked it for like 4 months here. Every week. What's the supply of each? What's the total value? And I watched my total value was, we started at 3,000. And then it started going down. And then I started to understand, oh, I get it. Because LivePeer was going down, I was getting more and more shares of LivePeer and fewer of Ether. And I'm like, oh, shit. If LivePeer goes to 0, I got a ton of shares of a shitcoin and no ETH left. That's the risk. But guess what? So I was following it week to week, and then I get it. And then all of a sudden, LivePeer moons, goes up a shite load. I get all my money back, and I got out of it. So, did I even make money on this stupid thing? Yeah, look at that. I made some money. Thank God for timing. And it's, listen, some of these things, you look at it like an education. Now, with the fees that are going on right now on Ethereum, you're going to have a fair amount of money to play around just to make it worthwhile with the fees, right? If you put in $100 and you pay $25 in fees, it's kind of silly. So you need a few thousand at least to start playing these education games. But, you're not spending money. You may make money. You hopefully get most of it back. Compared to paying for college or a course to learn about Uniswap, it's not expensive. But at the same time, you need money here. to do it. So anyways, I just threw in some money here, probably too much. I mean, now that I'm looking at this Ampleforth, I'm probably going to lose some money here because, you know, what happened to my sum? So I got 6,000 in this thing. That is probably too much. I was excited about Ampleforth and probably bought too much. But anyways, so I put that in, lock it into Geyser. I'm getting more. I'm tracking it. Bottom line is I paid this much money for an education in Ampleforth and more education in Uniswap. And hey, maybe hopefully I don't lose it all. And so it was a free education. You know, let me know your thoughts. Keep me posted. Much love.